You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Governor Tom Wolf stopped by GAR Memorial Junior and Senior High School in Wilkes-Barre yesterday. Our Philip Kaufman has the details.
The governor made his way to Northeast Pennsylvania yesterday to discuss the updated savings estimate that would save an estimated $395 million for Pennsylvania school districts under Wolf's plan to hold charter schools accountable to students, parents, and taxpayers.
Unfortunately, right now, the goal to provide high-quality education to every student in Pennsylvania is undermined by a charter school law that's just outdated. It doesn't work. Pennsylvania's charter school law, I think I'm on pretty solid ground saying it's one of the worst in the country. It's old, it's outdated, it needs to be fixed. Some charter schools in Pennsylvania, absolutely outstanding institutions with a solid track record, giving students an excellent education, giving all of our students and all families a choice. But the way the law is set up, we can't guarantee that every charter school is actually putting students ahead of whatever other considerations they might be looking at.
Currently, charter schools receive tuition funding from their student resident school districts. In Luzerne County, the plan would save $4.9 million for school districts, with Wilkes-Barre area saving $2.2 million alone.
According to the state's basic education funding formula, the district is approximately $30 million underfunded annually. This underfunding is magnified because the district is mandated to provide an additional $13 million to charter schools. Of that $13 million, $7 million is designated for cyber charter schools.
However, the plan cannot just be passed by the governor himself.
Unfortunately, I cannot, on my own, reform our charter law. That's going to require the legislature to work with me to pass these bipartisan reforms. And I hope legislative leaders will sit down and talk about this soon, because these common sense solutions will save and protect our taxpayers. They'll protect our students, and they'll actually sustain the public trust.
The plan would reduce costs by $185 million each year by funding special education in charter schools the same way the state does for all other public schools, and another $210 million a year by establishing a statewide tuition rate for cyber charter schools.
This legislature needs to get to work and pass legislation that provides a quality public education that doesn't drain taxpayers, doesn't force seniors to sell and lose their homes. And we need to get Pennsylvania back on an education funding track. We spend more than 46 other states on education in Pennsylvania, and we are dead last when it comes to equity, and charter schools and cyber charter schools are a big part of the problem.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. A Columbia County man is facing hundreds of animal cruelty charges after the Pennsylvania SPCA received a complaint from a concerned resident. An investigation was launched back on April 22nd, where 187 animals were found on the property of Philip Malencour of Berwick. A miniature horse, a peacock, a donkey, 2 dogs, and several dozen rabbits, pigeons, sheep, ducks, and chickens were discovered living in unsanitary conditions and lacked basic needs such as water and medical care. The animals were taken to the SPCA's headquarters in Philadelphia. Malencour is now facing 353 charges, including 11 felonies. Several people were taken to area hospitals following a 3-car collision in Rush Township. According to police, the accident happened around 12:30 at the intersection of Claremont Avenue and East Main Street. A vehicle was stopped and waiting to turn onto East Main Street, with a second vehicle stopped behind it. A third vehicle failed to stop and ended up hitting the back of the second, causing it to collide with the turning vehicle. People in all 3 vehicles were treated at the scene and then transported to area hospitals. Anyone with information about the incidents being asked to contact the Rush Township Police Department at 570-668-4242. A Plymouth man facing 5 separate cases stemming from multiple arrests since 2018 pled guilty to all of them in Luzerne County Court Wednesday. 47-year-old Kenneth Lee Brendel, who authorities say sold 400 to 500 heroin packets a day, allegedly dealt ecstasy, fentanyl, meth, and marijuana, and failed to return to prison after fleeing an outpatient treatment center. Court records show that Brendel pled guilty to an escape charge, possession of a controlled substance, false identification to law enforcement, and multiple charges of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. His sentencing is set for July 20th in Luzerne County Court. The Pennsylvania Department of Corrections will begin resuming in-person inmate visitations in phases at select DOC facilities for the first time since March of 2020. In-person visitation will first resume at 5 DOC facilities: SCI Laurel Highlands, SCI Waymart, SCI Muncie, SCI Cambridge Springs, and the Quahana Boot Camp. Available time slots are determined by each facility based on an inmate's housing location within the prison, and each visit will be at least 1 hour in duration. Visits must now be scheduled online at least 3 days in advance, so visit cor.pa.gov for more information. No-cost video visits will still be an option for people to connect with their incarcerated loved ones. State officials are encouraging eligible senior citizens to take advantage of a supplemental food program. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more on the Pennsylvania Senior Food Box.
Requirements have changed for a supplemental food program that's available to senior citizens. The Senior Box program provides meals to lower-income seniors. The program previously required seniors to provide documented proof of income, but now the new procedure only requires a statement of income.
And we know just by the statistics in Pennsylvania that there are over 300,000 seniors who do qualify by income. And that income, by the way, is, first of all, the age is 60 or older. And income would be at or below 130% of the poverty rate. That's not a lot of money. It's $16,744 for a single and $22,646 for a household of 2.
The boxes are packed with nutritional staples and supplements other programs that are offered to seniors.
It's packed full of good stuff. I mean, just to demonstrate that this is a box full of great nutrition. And we're all aware of just how fragile, particularly nutrition and seniors who are, struggle on income and are competing with, trying to pay medical bills and housing and everything else. To have a great box of product that gets you proteins, it gets you milk, and you've got the beans, and it goes through all of those essential food groups.
Lack of proper diet can cause nutritional deficiencies and increase the risk of disease.
Research clearly indicates that food insecurity is associated with an increased prevalence of health problems such as heart attack, congestive heart failure, diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, depression, and may limit activities of daily living. In contrast, older adults who are able to have access to adequate, nutritious foods because of their enrollment in programs like the Senior Food Box program stay healthier and tend to be hospitalized less and are more likely to be able to stay living independently in their community.
Eligible seniors can sign up to receive their monthly box via pickup, drive-through, or delivery. To apply, call 1-800-468-2433 or visit agriculture.pa.gov. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on WYLN News, it's almost Welcome Back weekend at Dorney Park, plus bringing tennis to the court on Let's Talk Sports. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Melania, and I'm 3 years old, and today is going to be sunny out.
AllCare Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call AllCare Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton, everything to make your house a home.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. We're talking about TNT. We're talking about trucks and trade-ins. If you got a truck that you don't want or you're looking for a truck, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned trucks right now. We have got Rubicons. We have got GMCs, Ford Flexes. We have got a Ram dually diesel. If you're in the market for a truck or you want to get rid of your truck, you'll never get more ever than it's worth right now. So come on down to 508 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazleton and see why we'll give you more for the trade that those other guys won't.
Dorney Park will be opening this weekend for its 138th season. Both this weekend and Memorial Day weekend, Dorney Park's bringing you Welcome Back Weekend, which includes exciting entertainment, new merchandise offers, midway game specials, and exclusive food offerings starting this Saturday, May 22nd. Dorney Park wants you to enjoy the return of your favorite rides, slides, shows, and more. So plan your visit today at dorneypark.com. Wildwater Kingdom opens May 29th with reservations required. WYLN's all-time Otzi hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Joe Clark's on this week to represent the 2021 Hazleton Sports Hall of Fame. So let's talk sports. Here's part 4.
And let's get to our next inductee. And the only thing that I have in connection with this one is I went to Bishop Hayfie and Kings, and that's about it. Michael Portanova.
Well, I taught at Hayfie and went to Kings, so we have a lot in common. When I was athletic director, Dr. Sideri was the tennis coach, and Michael was playing in a district final way up and past the Abingtons. And Doctor had an emergency call, so I had to go act as the coach. And Michael was playing in the districts. He and his brother, both another doctor as well. They dedicated their lives to tennis. Michael championships all over the place. And at Kings, he had great NCAA credentials at Kings. And when Rick Barletta was inducted, Rick, of course, the tennis pro at the country club, Michael was part of that. He still plays, he still teaches, he's still very active in the area of tennis. So we're very happy to have a tennis player.
Yeah. And another example of giving back. It's one thing to succeed and excel in whatever your particular sport, but when you're able to give it back.
Mm-hmm. And I think these tennis players who have succeeded, like Rick and like Michael, they're trying to promote the sport because let's face it, it's not a real popular sport like baseball or football might be. So a lot of times these guys are there trying to promote the sport and teaching and putting on exhibitions because they could hit. It's amazing how they hit the ball.
Yeah.
When Michael was a senior and I was up there, I just couldn't believe how he could play.
Yeah.
Dedicate a lot of hours. Parents traveling all over the place, and well deserved.
Coming up on Black Creek Township's News Choice, we take a trip down to the Carbon County Animal Shelter and Community and You. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 4. Stay with us.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Go hog wild for Iron Pigs baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns, host of a new show here on WYLN, Let's Talk Sports. We're going to talk between our basketball and football seasons. We're going to talk to coaches, guests about past seasons, events coming up, different types of things sports related. It's all going to be here on Let's Talk Sports, and you'll be able to see it here on WYLN.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Follow us on our weekly journeys through the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future.
Each night we'll dig a little deeper into the lives and goals of our local leaders. So stay tuned for the end of our news as we learn more of those leading the way.
The public is invited to come out to a community yard sale next month to support the dogs at the Carbon County Animal Shelter.
Our big fundraiser for the year is our annual yard sale. That's coming up June 26th and 27th. It's held from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's always lots of good stuff and treasures for folks to get. Basically, everything is by donation, so there's not usually a set price on anything. We are now accepting donations. We just ask for no big furniture, no electronics, no treadmills, and give us a call if you have any questions on what you can donate or would like to donate. Basically, it's a lot of knickknacks and tools and things like that, something for everybody we have.
The yard sale will be held, rain or shine, outside of the shelter at 63 Broad Street in Nesquehoning. People who are interested in helping out could sign up to volunteer for the event.
If you'd like to help us out set up, take down, that's welcome too. So just give us a call, and we always welcome volunteers for the big event.
Donations can be dropped off 7 days a week during normal business hours.
Donations come down here during the week, anytime between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., and on the weekends from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And as for the pups, residents Hershey, Scooby, Mac, and Silk are still up for adoption. All 4 of them are looking for that special person or family to bring them to their forever homes. And up next, this lost dog was brought into the shelter this afternoon. The pup was found on Mock Chunk Road in Palmerton. Another fellow was found early this morning at a home in Lake Hotto. The shelter is also currently looking for the owner of this cutie pie found on Wednesday on Cypress Street in Lehighton. If anyone recognizes any of these pooches, give the shelter a call at 570-325-4828, Mondays through Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and weekends between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. And remember to mark your calendars for the shelter's annual yard sale on June 26th and 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. To keep up to date about these and other events or to check out the dogs, visit the Carbon County Animal Shelter's Facebook page.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander Mazda, Greater Hazelton. You want to get the most reliable car according to Consumer Reports? You want the largest selection in the area? Check out these new Mazdas. We have 2021 Mazda CX-5s. We have 2021 Mazda CX-30 all-wheel drives. Come on down to the better dealership to get the better car and the most reliable car in the market. You could come see us. They beat Toyota and Lexus. Come to 508 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazelton. Check them out online at blazealexander.com.
AllCare Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call AllCare Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
WYLN Sports presents Little League Baseball. Watch the game of the week on WYLN TV 35, your home for live local sports.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazelton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Malone's leading the way into part 4 of this week's series. And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Hazelton Chamber President Mary Malone. Now, Mary, what are some of the biggest achievements that you've had with the Chamber, and as well as the biggest challenges that you've faced?
So I'm going to start with challenges first. Chambers in general, I think because of some of the larger macro changes in our economy, might be a more old-fashioned way of doing business, and some of our younger entrepreneurial folks don't necessarily think, oh, if I need information about the about our area, whether you've been here, moving here, I'm going to go to the chamber, and so that's been a challenge, and just some of the typical dynamic changes in our community. Fun Fest, a long time chamber event that happens through the Fun Fest committee. Our community has changed a lot in the last 10 years, as has every community, and the bilingual nature of our community. So attempting to blend those again with, still trying to go out and recruit members, have excellent programming to meet those chamber member needs. So that has been a challenge. The biggest achievement, I would say, was that we were positioned and very quick to adopt that quality of life, the convener of the table role, and push that forward, and the great programmings, not only for the chamber and our members, because everything we have done in the last 18 months has almost been, in spite of your chamber membership, open to everyone to get that information out, and has really radically changed the way we work. And the way the way I work and the way I do business, and getting more connected with other chambers in the county and in the Northeast region, and rethinking that. And also showing not only members, we got a lot of new members as well, that the value of having that connection and organization you can go to get connected to the right person in an occupational medicine, or the right person at the school district. So all of those kind of things. So I'm really proud. We were, I was just looking back at this for a speech that's coming up for me, and we already had by March 19th 2 meetings in of the business groups. The first official task force was on the 20th. We were the first ones that raised over $54,000 for a micro grant and had money on the street to small businesses, by mid-June. So I'm really proud of the way that as a community responded, and the facilitator's role that the chamber played in that.
All right, everybody, check back tomorrow night as Mary continues leading the way into this week's final segment. Good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next right here on WYLN TV.